Hello, everybody. In today's special solo episode of Global Desi Women, I'm taking you behind the scenes of my personal journey from being a full-time housewife and a mom to becoming a business owner and a coach. It hasn't always been easy, but it's an incredibly rewarding and very satisfying journey. I'll share you the highs and the lows and everything in between, how I found my passion, built my business from ground up, and learned to balance it all while raising my family. If you've ever felt like taking that leap into the entrepreneurship or making a career change, this episode is for you. Join me as I reflect on my experiences, the challenges I faced, and the lessons I've learned along the way. Tune in for an honest, motivational conversation about following your dreams, finding your path, and redefining success on your terms. I, to start out with, I came from a very well to do family. My husband had a very, very good, stable job for I would say, over 20 years. And life was comfortable. I mean, we have two wonderful kids, and they were very little at that time, and we had just purchased our new home. And we never really had to worry about finances or think about running a business, especially. But everything changed when my husband lost his job, and suddenly we were faced with the uncertainty of how to move forward. Because just think about it, like when you are so used to living a very comfortable life, and all of a sudden things change. And that change is always in the beginning very difficult, right? But we really um, never talked about it too much in depth of like what we're going to do or how we're going to do, or it was just like it was like he lost his job. I was a housewife taking care of kids and the home, and then we just decided, okay, well, we'll just start a business. And that was it. There was nothing like we talked for days or we planned for it or nothing like that, because it was the kind of a situation where we had we'd put a lot of money in our house, and we were at the point where, okay, we need to do something now. And so that's how pretty much like our IT company was born, because we just woke up one day and said, okay, let's do it. And so we did it. It sounds pretty crazy right now, but it was kind of like that. Um, but let me tell you, neither of us had any prior experience of running a business, so we didn't know where to begin. And like many first-time business owners, we had to learn hard way, often making like mistakes that cost us dearly. And in those early stages, when you were just starting out, making mistakes feels like luxuries you don't want to afford. I mean, absolutely, you can't afford. For our, so let's see, where can I start and how to get this journey started? Okay, so let me take you through years. And so our first year was pretty much like a roller coaster ride, because we spent a lot of time just figuring out the basics, right? Because you have to, the very first step, is it going to be a corporation? Is it going to be an LLC? How are we going to start? What are we going to name our business? Getting the right documentations, acquiring licenses and certifications that we needed to operate legally, right? And understanding what kind of insurance would protect our business. So there was pretty much so much paperwork and so much to learn and so much to know that sometimes it was so overwhelming, right? Because you really don't have an idea until you really step into it. Like, you're in that situation and then you're like, oh, shoot, really, I need to learn this or I need to do this. And people guiding you, or, you taking opinions from family and friends and how they started their journey or what they did. And so it was a learning point every step of the way. We were pretty much just pushing ourselves forward. Nothing was going to stop us now because we took that leap and we were like, okay, let's go for it. So the first year was pretty much all paperwork. I don't remember thinking back. Like, we have our IT business has been almost 22 years now. And I don't remember that the first year we had any income coming in. We were pretty much doing like all the basics. We were trying to set up the business basically. The first year was pretty much setting up the business, right? And being in IT industries, we had a lot of like setting up accounts with you know with our what do you call the distributors, and getting our accounts set with all these manufacturers like HP or Lenovo and IBM and 80, like Adobe and Microsoft and on and on and on. And so we were pretty much setting up our company with all these companies and all these paperwork. And so honestly, I didn't even know when that 1 year passed by. That was so quick. And by the time the second year started, we were like, okay, we shifted our focus towards more, because once we took that first step, setting up the business, the second step was getting ourselves trained. Like, my husband comes from an IT field, so there was not much for him. I mean, he already knew what he was doing. But for me, I'm not from an IT field. So for me, I had to do a lot of training, a lot of preparing myself, what I was getting into. And of course, I wasn't gonna, the whole plan was that I wasn't gonna go do any service calls, of course, but I was just gonna be behind the scene in the office, taking care of in-house kind of things, like all the paperwork, invoicing, POs and placing orders and calling clients and all those fun stuff. So, but in even to do that, I have to have some knowledge of IT field. So I took a lot of the second year was most of our time was focused on training and preparing ourselves for what lay ahead. My husband worked very hard to bring in clients. It wasn't easy, and we managed to get a few small clients here and there, but not enough to survive. It's just we're just starting out. So still we I think we didn't let that discourage us, because we knew that if we wanted to make this work, we had to go all in. There was no plan B for us. And, like they say, like, burn the bridge behind and just commit yourself 100%. And that's what we did. We committed 100% to growing the business, and that's all. I mean, with the two young kids, it was very difficult for me, because I was like juggling through their school and their, after school activities and business and training and paperwork and that nervousness, like, oh my God, I hope this works, because I don't think there's anything else I can do. And I think I was a little bit more nervous than my husband was. But because it was um it was kind of like a do or die situation where we put ourselves in and we were like, okay, we're not going to look back and we're just going to focus forward and we're just going to have a positive mindset and we're just going to work our butt off. And we did. And by that third year, this was, I would say, it was kind of like a turning point. We started to get a few more clients, and it was because we were very focused on one thing, and that was growth. And we didn't have the luxury of giving up or looking for anything else or plan B, like I said before. It was purely hard work, and there were a lot of sacrifices along the way, but we pushed it through because we wanted to make sure that we set an example even for our kids, right? That working hard and work, focusing on what you want, achieving your goal is so much important. Um, and so we were really dedicated for towards our company, building it basically. I think by mid third year, we also started networking, and because that's the key for us, right? Because without reaching out to other businesses, without connecting with people, making connections, and and the clients that we had, we wanted to make sure we were ensuring our clients were happy with our services. So that was also a very key point for us. And slowly but surely, we started getting referrals. Our reputation began to grow, and that with that came a little bit more stability. But again, um, it is not, it wasn't as easy as it sounds right now. Even while talking about it, I feel like, oh my God, that was just like 1 year, 2 year, and 3 year, and okay, by that time we were stable. But no, there were a lot of I mean, if I go in depth and if I go in like the details of it, there's lots and lots and lots of things that took place in those initial 3 years, which I call the foundation of your business, right? Because without that foundation, even today, I tell all the entrepreneurs that without the foundation, um, you cannot grow your business with because you have to have those basics done. You have to set your business correctly. You have to know what you're trying to achieve. You have to have those key points before you start thinking, okay, I started my business and tomorrow I'm going to be all set. It takes time and it takes effort. It takes hard work, and a lot of things are involved starting a business. So that is, I think that is very important to understand. But again, it wasn't always a smooth sailing. In the beginning, many of our clients were part of contracts where we weren't working directly with the end users. So we were kind of like subcontractors, which meant that our income was often unstable. There were times when it felt like we were at the mercy of other company and their business. So it wasn't really sustainable. So we quickly realized that if we wanted to go long-term success, then we needed our own clients. So I think by the towards the end of the third year, we shifted our focus on landing contracts, our own clients. That was our very much focus now because we did our homework, we did our part A, part B, part three, and now we are ready to achieve our clients. So we really focused on that by the end of the third year, and that's when we I think that's when the things started to change. We secured a couple of government contracts and corporate clients, and finally it was like, we felt like things were getting back on track, on the right track. We weren't just surviving anymore. We were growing. So it was really a good turning point for us because those days when I think about it, the hard work and the time we spent and hours in the office that we sat down and planning and thinking about what our next step is going to be tomorrow was nerve-wracking. Honestly, it wasn't like, okay, we did this and now, okay, we'll do tomorrow we're gonna get a client. So it wasn't like that. It was a lot of work, a lot of hard work. If someone tells you that, okay, start a business and it's gonna be an easy peasy as a pie, no, it's not. It's you have to put yourself in it. You have to put your 100% in it because otherwise it's not gonna work. It's not just about creating an LLC or or corporation and having a website and you're done, you're set. No, that's not how business works. You have to put yourself in it. You have to work hard. You have to have a plan. You have to do a lot of your homework. You have to have the training. If that's the kind of a business you are in, then of course you need the training. You need your focus for it, right? So there are a lot of things involved in it. And I mean, I don't want you guys to be scared starting a business, but I want to make sure that you have that mindset for it, right? Because without that mindset, you don't, uh, it's not going to work. You have to have that really good mindset that, yes, I'm in it and I'm going to do it and we're going to be successful, right? So so by that, I guess after 3, 4 years, we were pretty comfortable. And now that the business was running smoothly and my kids were growing up, it was fantastic time. We had, I was able to, I always felt blessed that I was working from home and I was able to take care of my kids because that was one of the things that my husband and we both talked about. Even initially when he lost his job, I told him I should I go work outside, and he was like, "No, I think our kids needs you more." So I really was blessed that I was able to take care of my kids, and that was very important for both of us. So by that time when the business was set, I was able to spend more time with my kids again and focus on them and their journey. By that time, they were already getting into, I think, middle school, high school, and so it was beautiful time, you know. I felt really close to them, and we were actually trying to I remember we were purchasing our first investment property. And when I was going through that process, I really felt that this is something really very fascinating, and I would love to learn all about it. And then we discussed about it, and at that time, my husband was like, "Is that something you want to do on the side, then yeah, go ahead, follow your dreams." And so I did end up getting my real estate license. But before I knew it, I was on my way to yet another fantastic journey because I felt like I was really, really blessed in that industry because I don't think a lot of agents could say that in their first year of license, they were able to do transactions, and I was. So I was really, really blessed about it. Um, and I pretty much took off in that career, and within I think within by fifth year, I got my broker license. So I'm honestly, I was very blessed. But even in that journey, even in my real estate journey, it wasn't as easy as I'm saying it was because of I had some personal setbacks, right? So By my second year of my license, I think, yeah, it was my second year of being in real estate. My mom was diagnosed with liver cancer, and then my father-in-law was also diagnosed with leukemia. So I was pretty much handling two older people with dealing with this disease, and I was taking them to the hospitals, I was taking them to their doctor's appointments, and it was very tough. So again, I had to take my focus away from the business, and I was taking care of the family first. So I was still doing my work, no doubt about it. I didn't put a stop to it, but it was tough handling everything together, right? But despite of these challenges, I stayed focused on my goals and I kept working hard, remaining positive and moving forward, right? And like I said, in 5 years, I achieved uh, m- my goal, and I'm incredibly proud of it. I got my broker license, and I I think I'm so blessed with that to have it, especially with everything I've been through, and yet to be able to achieve that goal. It was tremendous for me. I was like, okay, if I can do it through all of this, then I think anybody can do it, right? Um, and as I progressed in real estate, my passion for helping others grew every day. Um, and with the experiences I had with the IT company and my real estate journey, I felt like I could help lots of women trying to grow their business. It didn't matter in what industry you are, but I felt like I wanted to help them, right? And so it was later on that I decided that I wanted to take my business coaching license, which I did. And today, with I'm able to combine all my experiences in IT, in real estate, in coaching, and help other women on their entrepreneurial journey. Now, looking back, this journey was just about it just it wasn't about just business success, right? It's about resilience. It's about positivity, and never giving up. So through all the ups and downs, the lessons I've learned are simple. Stay focused, stay positive, and keep working hard, even when the road gets tough. That's and that's a key point, right? So if it's about anything that you are doing, keeping yourself focused and keep keep working on it is very important to achieve any goal in your life. It doesn't matter if it's a business or you're trying to achieve your educational journey or whatever it is that you're trying to do. So so I feel like so, to all the women out there thinking about starting their businesses, or those who are already in the thick of it, remember this: it's not going to be easy. Now, again, I'm not trying to scare you, but I just want to say that you'll face setbacks, make mistakes, and deal with personal challenges too. But every step forward, no matter how small, gets you closer to the goal, right? Trust yourself, be patient, and don't let obstacles keep you from achieving what you're capable of. Now, I always say that every little success that you achieve during the whole process of your, like, say if you're trying to achieve a goal that's you set for this year, no matter how small of a step that you have succeeded towards that goal, celebrate it. Be proud of it. Don't get hung up on constant, like, okay, I got to do this next. I got to do this next. I still haven't achieved my goal. No, breathe, take a deep breath, be happy for what you're doing, what you're capable of, and celebrate every success, every small or big success that you've achieved. There will be obstacles, but don't worry about those. At the same time, you're achieving those goals as well, right? You are taking the step towards your goal, your path. So be happy about that. And I guess that's what my entrepreneurial journey is, and I'm hoping that from this journey, or my life, I guess, experiences or my story, you've learned something, or if you have any questions about it, or if you want to know something about myself or my journey, let me know. If you have a shout out, just get connected and send a message, and we'll definitely try to answer your questions. Again, thank you all for joining on this episode of Global Desi Women. And I truly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was our first ever solo podcast, and I am constantly talking today, but it's the story that I love sharing. I love talking about. I absolutely feel very proud of it, and I hope it helps other women entrepreneurs as well. So, my entrepreneurial journey has been a long one, filled with challenges, but also tremendous growth. I hope my story inspires you to pursue your passion, take risks, and create the life and business you want. Remember, as a women entrepreneurs, we have the power to create something incredible. So stay motivated, stay determined, and keep moving forward. Until next time, keep working towards your dreams. Thank you all for connecting.